topic or what?
Y'all think Adam got bodied on Joe Budden?
Hell no.
Nah. He held his own. Matter of fact, he won. Actually, shit.
Look at the comments.
Well, because
I'm just saying, rewatch the shit.
Part of the problem is Joe and them don't watch. Like, they don't watch No Jumper. Like, they just looked at the clip and they admitted that. And if you look at so much of what No Jumper produces, it's so much more than just gang members dissing other gang members or just people dissing their ops. Like, that'll happen because they, first of all, it's like becoming an embodiment of LA culture. Like, they have so many guys from LA in there, so they also have artists from LA who are gonna speak on stuff. I mean, Draco was going crazy on his interview, but you can't really point none of that stuff to say it's his fault. He gave good answers, good argument and whatnot. Although at one point he was just basically saying like, well, people want to see it. People want to see it. They think it's interesting.
Kevin Samuel shit?
No, he was. I agreed on that. What he was saying with that, but he was just talking about hearing about people's ops and whatnot. Okay, yeah. I wish he would just more highlighted. Yeah, I mean, I don't have it for me personally. I asked those questions. You guys don't have to. That's fine. It's your platform because that's what they kept saying. We have people up here, and by the way, you know, I'm a Joe Budden stan. We have people up here. We never ask about that. Ice, good for you. In fact,
platform, yeah.
Ice, is this your platform or Joe's? So Joe don't even let you ask some type of question. So I don't want to hear from you, little man. Like, I would really have been way more of a dick. Like, and I love Ice and Ish. They're dope. But like, if you guys are just gonna keep using this as evidence, we never ask. We had him up here. We didn't ask about that. Well, yeah, obviously you didn't ask. Your whole issue is that I ask about these. So that's not evidence. That's not a backing point. Do
you think that No Jumper's like biggest videos is the things that are based around black trauma?
Black trauma's
Black trauma in the sense of gang violence or gang members like
the entire
having
demographic
beef
of No Jumper is black.
Oh yeah.
People that watch it, I mean, black and brown people that watch it, and the people that are on there. So it's like, yeah, it's gonna be about black trauma. It's a black show.
No, but I think hella white people watch it because people want to know about stuff that they never been around. Like, they want to know about.
Adam is that connector. He's the white boy that's like, yeah, you can watch. So yeah, they watch it, but I feel like a lot of black people watch No Jumper.
I think just the culture in general, but there's a lot of white people that watch. I mean, they watch everything that's cracking in the culture.
And it's so funny. It's like they'll get on him for that shit, but when Kobe died, ESPN's running this shit. There's people selling T-shirts right near the Staples Center.
When they talk about Kevin Samuels, how after someone passes, he'll repost the interviews.
Yeah, because it's like, why wouldn't we want to bash Kobe with his greatness? You know? And I guess, like, I would totally understand if it's in a negative light that you're putting Kevin Samuels in. Yeah. But, bro, you're putting out clips that you've already made or you've already made a full interview of. Yeah. And you're just starting your clips page. Why not throw that in the mix? Yeah. I think that was great. Yeah, I think us listening to Kevin Samuels in that sense versus the women who are like trying to say that they're happy that he's dead. Yeah, bro. Why would you want to hear those women versus hearing Kevin Samuels actually speak? You know what I mean?
And honestly, if I'm Adam, I really feel like the angle I would have taken is like, yeah, well, I'm proud of the work I've done. If I sit down and have a great conversation with a guy and then he passes, yeah, I'd love to re-upload that moment. And yeah, I'm also running a business. It's gonna monetize people. Why would I demonetize any of my work? This is still a business. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna highlight it because he just passed. So it's a remembrance of the guy. You can see an interview. A lot of people see someone pass and they might not have known a lot about him. Now you can sit there and watch him do a 2-hour sit-down conversation with me, and now you can appreciate him. Now maybe you can. A lot of people didn't know about Nipsey like that. A lot of people just started bumping his stuff, which is a shame, especially people not from LA, started bumping it, and then they start to learn when they see how everyone is just talking about him nonstop. So, bro, it makes perfect sense. Upload the interview again. You're not profiting off someone's death, but if someone dies, yeah, I'm going to upload a 2-hour conversation I had with the guy. Simple as that.
And do you think that, like, Kevin Samuels had more haters than lovers? I think the haters hate for like 2 seconds and then they're gone.
I don't think you could have had more haters than lovers because he's so big. You've already captured an audience, you know?
Yeah, but your audience, the ones that subscribe to you, are probably the ones that are fans of you.
Oh, exactly.
People that are hating on you are people who are just looking at clips of you for like 2 seconds and, okay, I'm going to type in a comment.
Yeah,
okay.
And people are losers too, bro.
Probably go deeper into it. Okay, I'm gonna start commenting on all the videos because you know you're a piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Bro, I feel like most people... Even Andrew Tate got his Andrew Tate stands, and then he has his haters. I think Andrew Tate was a little different because he was so big in the mainstream. And
he blew way past. No disrespect to Kevin Samuels, but the amount of time like that he just popped off, it was like he passed Kevin Samuels, but it was in like under a year. That was so crazy.
Yeah. 2 months. It literally took him 2 months to be the most Googled man on earth.
That's wild.
Yeah. But honestly, I loved Adam on the Joe Budden interview. Did you guys watch the full thing or no?
Nah, not the full. I watched like 4 clips.
They had what's it called? They talked about him putting meet the man that murdered what's his name? Fuck. Not
FBG Duck.
Not FBG Duck, not Vaughn. Well, what's the guy that sounds kind of like fuck, bro.
Dude, yeah.
Damn, there was one guy that died. He kind of sounded like Gucci Mane. What's that? He passed away. Fuck.
Just say dudes.
Okay, yeah. They were talking about it, and they were kind of trying to get on him for giving a clickbait title, but the way that Adam sees it, he's like, honestly, if the title
killed King Dolph.
Yeah. The King Dolph. He's like, meet the man that killed King Dolph.
Oh yeah, that is a little nasty,
bro. Is that? Why do you think that's nasty?
Meet the man that killed King Dolph. I feel like it's very insensitive.
It wasn't even him being like, it's not like they're interviewing the guy. It's just them covering the story of it. That was a great clickbait. I can't lie.
It's great clickbait, but like if that's your family member or something, like your brother gets killed, like meet the man who killed so and so. Like it's just a weird ring to it for sure.
You don't think that the family members would have clicked?
I think it's mad insensitive. Yeah, you probably gotta click it, but it's like you're clearly using it for clickbait. That I think is a little nasty.
I mean, he's an opportunist. So? Like in that regard, like when it comes to like let's say clickbaity titles or putting shit out after the fact, which is great for business. Like I feel like listening to Adam speak about it kind of helped me with my perspective about how he thinks, and I was like kind of gave him more leniency to the shit that I've previously thought about him before, like the preconceived notions. Before I started watching No Jumper, I was on with Joe Budden and their ideas of like, oh, how are we letting this white dude profit off of the shit that's going on? That was a big topic in the JBB podcast, right? But like, I feel like their points kind of fell to the ground immediately as Adam's talking to him. He's like, bro, like
they were just trying to get on him, bro.
Yeah. Bro, he held his own.
I'm just giving I'm giving them a platform to talk about the stuff that's inside of their content. Like I'm not necessary. I might add a little bit of fuel, you know what I'm saying? Let's say fuel because I'm bringing them on or whatever, but I'm just asking questions. I'm doing my job as an interviewer because this is something that people want to see. And they try to make it a race thing like, oh, you're bringing on these young boys, these gangbangers.
Bro, they were talking
impressionable, they're dumb, they don't know nothing. They don't, but it's like,
bro, they were talking about FPG Duck. That nigga's 30, bro. They were actually acting like every rapper is retarded. Like they don't know no better. They don't know any better, man. Bro, that dude is 30. Okay, but look, they in different circumstances. Like, bro, come on now. Like,
but that's playing a game where it's like that's not common sense, bro. That makes it look like, oh, we're just crying to being the victim. It's like, nah, let's look at it objectively. Like these dudes are doing it to themselves.
You can't be objective if you don't watch the content.
Exactly. And my thing is this too, right? They like, oh, why are you as a white person, somebody who's not in the culture, profiting off of it?
Because I'm the fucking man and I built this fucking platform and I interview these fucking people. Suck my dick.
And my question is it better if black people profit off of it? Yeah. Because it's the same trauma. Yeah, it's the same person getting shot. So what is this better if a black person makes some money off the back end? Like, what are we talking about? Why are we not nipping the issue in the bud?
Either way, someone's gonna make money off of it. Exactly, you know? So it's like let me get the full story from this person.
Now, if you want to say, hey, we need to stop going on No Jumper as a people or Vlad as a people and go to, let's say, a Say Cheese or let's say if Revolt built their own type of shit, that's a different conversation. But don't be mad that the people are willingly going over there, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they're not being exploited if I'm telling you the shit I'm doing. And I want to tell you the shit I'm doing. Plus, it's like, let's be completely honest. I'm not, like, we're just talking here.
Pod.
Adam, we just spotted, right? Adam being a white dude doing what he has done more for what you want to call, I guess, the culture in that regard.
Especially LA.
And giving people giving people space to talk and express themselves more so than BET has done in the past 10, 15, 20 years. So Adam has done more for the culture than what our own quote unquote outlets have done for us. You feel me? Because our outlets tear each other down. Like, what we got, the Shade Room and shit. The Shade Room is
called the Shade Room.
But I guess that's a different type of media. Baller alert. But we have different types of media. But if that's the media he wants to do, if that's the media Vlad wants to do, and Boosie wants to go sit down with him, they can do that shit.
Yep.
We need more black people to say, nah, fuck that. Let's do our own shit. Instead of being mad at him about it. Because white people have been profiting off of, or let's not white people. White people who are inside of the media or let's say hip hop culture have been profiting off of black people forever. This is nothing new. So why are you now mad when it comes to Adam?
They'd be like, why are you letting guys talk about things they shouldn't be talking about, crimes they've done. It's not right. Wait, well, how about the nigga just doesn't commit crimes? And then if he's committing crimes, how about he doesn't speak about it? In most cases, they don't speak about it. There's a lot of people that be on there. They're not going to talk about stuff. And Adam generally doesn't ask about like open cases like that, and Vlad doesn't either. Vlad's never actually indicted nobody, but people say certain questions. Oh, that's fed. That's fed. Man, we seem so dumbed down with some
like
of
you
these
entrapping black dudes, but if the dude goes
like
up there to talk about it,
look at the shit that they'll talk, or probably not now, but a few years back. They'll still be bringing up shit. They're trying to get the clicks.
Yeah, eventually you gotta be accountable, bro. Like, so now we don't have to hold. You're not accountable, even though you caught 10 bodies and you shouldn't be talking about it. And now you're not accountable for going on and being like, yeah, I got a lot of bodies in my city. Well, like, so who's accountable? So the white guy that asked about it is accountable. But how about we like? There's no issue with anything else leading up to that. Not the fact that this guy has bodies on his belt. Not the fact that he then voiced it publicly on a podcast. And this is just I'm just making believe at this point. But it's like, fam, you guys are dumbing us down so much, like making no one take accountability, acting like FBG Duck, FBG Cash are kids. They're 30, bro. Like, well, they don't know. We know because we're grown now.
We're 40.
That just looks bad on them because they try to gang up on
tried,
them.
Even Parks was calm about it. Parks, did you have any white friends growing up? Parks, shut the fuck up. Like, that shit was so like, Parks, don't act like you're fucking half black because you had black friends growing up. You're a fucking engineer, bro. Obviously, you worked in hip hop for like the last 30 years, dog. Yeah. Obviously, you grew up around all black friends and shit like that. And I'm sure even before that, you grew up around them. But bro, that was like, it's like straw man arguments eventually. Where like you're having trouble, then you start throwing it. Did you have any black friends growing up? Fam, this guy grew up in fucking something, New Hampshire. Like, I forgot what that Hash Brown town, bro.
Cold.
Like, dog, he didn't grow up around no black people, but yet he employs hella black people, has built up hella people. Crip Mac, bro, come on. You could say it's exploiting, but whatever.
We wouldn't have a lot of stuff without no jumper.
He put a lot of money in a lot of black people's pockets, especially. AD was just talking about, like, bro, we appreciate you, dog. They just made it on at the end of the day their show with him, T-Rail, Duno, and I forgot who. Someone, I think the fourth alternates. But it's saying, like, bro, who else would have hired us? Like, guys like got records, gang members, XYZ. Who else would have just gladly hired us, made us part of the team, and now we're like a family? Who else would have done that? Like, it's always the outsiders talking, but you never hear none of these guys talking like that. And they get into it with Adam. They're not yes men. They be going at it and beefing about some pods, like some family shit. Oh, I don't like how you do that. And then they talk about it publicly on the pod, and it's great, bro. It's so funny. Everything becomes like they can laugh about it. So many different personalities in the mix. It's just, bro, people that don't watch, just watch the clips, already have their preconceived notions, and then they watch these clips or see these thumbnails that just confirms it for them. But then when you get into an argument with this white man, now you're looking dumb. Not that they were completely looking dumb. Some of their points I got, but they just...
and the fact that they don't watch the shit, too.
Exactly.
Bro, so how are you just talking off of clicks?
But they're just like a lot of society. When they see stuff, just run with the little thing, which is funny because them as podcasters should know context is everything. Mm-hmm. You can take so many things out of context. So it's kind of just laziness. We're going to come in here and gang up on them because we feel like we know all this stuff, but we don't actually watch any of it.
And Adam, he makes content with porn stars, YouTubers,
gamblers,
fucking rappers, all that shit. Like, what else does he have? Skaters, BMX. Yeah. Bro, like, he got so many different types of personalities that come onto the show. Lawyers, bro. Are you kidding me? Like,
although he is there just to talk about rap cases.
Oh, yeah.
So it's related to the topic. Yeah, it's related. Yeah, it's definitely related.
It's the brand he built. So it's like, how you gonna get upset at homeboy for doing the culture a favor? Like,
well, yeah, I don't know. That's a different conversation.
Bro, and to them, as a consumer, bro, look, we got it. Y'all are the old man podcast. Love y'all. Exactly. I'm still watching. Y'all are old man podcast. Yes, I do not come to y'all to hear about any beefs or to see that this guy dissed so and so or to hear what he said or what he had to say about this previous altercation. No, I'm just not going to y'all. You're not a service that provides that.
That was a great point they made.
I will go to Vlad TV. I will go to No Jumper. It's fine. Like, you guys don't talk about it. Props to you. That's great. Stand on that. But it doesn't mean that these other pages need to stop doing that because, nigga, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm watching that
shit. However you want to run your business that way.
Run your fucking business.
Because they were saying, they brought up the point, okay, the game goes on your podcast. Oh, no, he goes on Nori's podcast and then goes on your podcast. And they were having a hypothetical of like a week later or something like that. Mm-hmm. Hypothetical, if you're the viewer, which one would you watch or that kind of competition. They're talking about competition between that shit.
Yeah, it's like a friendly competition.
Yeah, between podcasters and shit. So he was saying pretty much like, yeah, like if I already saw, you have different styles of the way that Nori would ask a question versus the way I would ask a question. And as a viewer, I might want to see the way you ask versus the way Nori asked.
Great, I've done my job. Suck my dick. What are you saying? I might want to listen to his pod over your pod. Like, what are you talking about?
But that's the thing, though. It's like, how are you mad that somebody wants to watch the drama or the beef that Adam wants to create if that's the environment he wants to create? We want to hear you say, nah, we shouldn't do that shit. We got to do better as whatever. You the old man pod. Be the old man pod. Let me be the young man pod. Exactly. And it's like, y'all don't have to agree on that point, but they kept trying to fight him about it. Like, it's like, we don't have to agree, but understand where I'm coming from. Like, when dude was saying, this is a business. Yeah, like, we live in a capitalistic society. He was, did you take off the monetization for the videos of Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
Hell no, I didn't take off,
this is
off the AdSense for the Kevin Samuels.
I think they just wanted him to admit that he makes money off of black trauma. Like, that's what they mainly were kind of trying to push on him. And he's like, the first question that Joe asked him, he was like talking about, he's like, oh, you've built a brand off of black culture. And I was like, yeah.
Hip-hop, yep.
And that was fair, but them trying to get him to say that, yeah, I'm the white guy that did this.
I'm profiting
and it's
off
like,
all this
I'm
black
making
trauma.
money. It's like, bro, are you kidding me? Like, you can't force the guy to talk about fucking his 4 million subs that he made off of black culture and want him to say something like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I do this to make money. Like, you can't be.
See, but I can understand the emotions about it, though. But logically, it don't make sense. The emotions about it is like, okay, look, you bringing all these young black dudes on there, they popping their shit off, and they're dying in the streets. Their families are dealing with the repercussions of their actions.
They were doing that
right?
shit before they came to the platform.
Right, exactly. But I'm just trying to think of the emotions, right? You're profiting off of that, and you get to just laugh to the bank and do it again next week. Because you're the white, you have no repercussions in any of the situations that's going on. Yeah. Nobody's going up there pressing Adam about shit. It's just gonna be the black people that's going about some shit. You feel me? Yeah. So it's like, I can understand that point, but it doesn't make sense when he's coming at it at such a logical way. Like, he even said, I'm not in the culture. I understand that I'm not black, but I grew up around it, and I want to give people a voice.
He didn't grow up around it. He didn't.
Well, maybe not grow up around it, but listening to hip hop since 9, like.
He
was a fan of it.
Listening to hip hop since 9. That's gonna change your perspective about shit. Like, as a white dude, so it's like, I'm not really,
white.
Bro, like, okay, what you said actually kind of swayed me a little bit in terms of like, yeah, you do get to wash your hands, because that's why the only time that I felt like Adam kind of not stumped, but he wasn't really coming up with anything great to say back was when he was basically just saying, because people want to watch it. People want to watch it. So, like, we put it out. People want to watch it. That's all he cared about. And their whole point was, yeah, but you profit and don't have to deal with any repercussions because people want to see it. So you're profiting off of that. Mm. But it's first of all, people, and his response a lot of times was like, well, who's died for my interviews? That Draco didn't die for my interview. No, that he had stuff going on outside of that. And so it wasn't the greatest defense. Well, he already had so many posts. Like, it was, and Adam didn't even know what he was talking about when he was on the pod. Adam, like, in that episode, he was actually kind of confused. And then AD was like, Adam, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. So he wasn't even that clued in on that. But it's, I feel like he could understand that point. Like, okay, I see that perspective, but they're making it black and white. Like, this is all he posts. This is all he creates, what he built his business off of. You could say, like, I think you lean into that stuff too much. And then at that point, you are profiting off these certain things that could come from it. And then Adam's perspective does make sense. Look, I'm having good conversations, getting the guys to open up, having just a great dialogue with them. You're thinking of 10 minutes of the interview where I may ask about something because this guy's been putting it in all of his music. He clearly has beefs. He's made it very apparent that he does. So yeah, I'm going to ask about whatever I want to ask about. Right. And, I'm curious, and I know the viewers are curious. So that's a response to that, and you could kind of just agree to disagree. They weren't with that. They wanted him to say, I profit off of black trauma. This is what I built my business on, and this is all I care about. It's just black trauma and finding ways to monetize that. And that's just not true, honestly. At least as a viewer, maybe I'm just a nut hugger, but I don't think that's true. I think I've gained so much more from the podcast than just hearing about rap beefs and stuff like that. Yeah. And they got great personalities, bro. All these guys are killers.
The full interview,
not literally. They're great at what they do.
The full interviews of a lot of people, it's like you get to know the person.
Yeah.
How
long
then
can they really talk
art.
about that?
Like it's like, interview. He does a good job of interviewing the person, asking him his upbringing, what inspired or whatever the fuck it is, and then he gets into the art. And if they created the art, it's like, bro, come on. And also, I think Adam gave a way better interview than Joe Budden on the No Jumper podcast, bro. Joe Budden on the No Jumper podcast
just
Joe wasn't was terrible. Wasn't answering shit, anything, bro. He was just like, I know what you're doing, man. I know. Lacie knows.
This guy's good. This guy is good.
Bro, it's like, come on. Adam gave you so much good content. Especially, I'm mad props to Adam for holding his own.
Exactly.
Holding this fucking.
And everyone felt like that. I feel like everyone felt like he did that.
On Joe Budden's comments.
And Adam said the one thing that shook his confidence while he was on it was he said to Joe, you really think you're winning this argument right now? And Joe was like, yeah, wait till you see the comments. And then he was like, oh shit. Dang, I didn't even think about how the comments was going to look.
But the comments was looking good on that. Yeah. Some people were like, I'm a Joe Budden stan. And I think Adam is right.
And I am a Joe Budden stan, and I think Adam is right. Maybe I'm a stan of both, man. You got to study the greats, bro, and they're legends in this space.
You know what I kind of compare it to? You know, it's kind of like Adam wants to document what's going on, right? Which is okay, right? Because, like, let's say before I was watching, like, hood vlogs and shit like that. Like, but okay, I might have in the back of my head, I'm like, man, shit shouldn't be like this. You know what I'm saying? My people struggling. We on camera just showing the shit that's going on. Like, this is not great.
People need to see it.
Also, people need to see it.
But people need to see it, and that needs to be documented. And they don't see it as, oh, woe was me. They like, nah, we get the hood. They excited to get on camera. Like, this is what we got going on over here. This the alley where yada yada got put on. Come over here. This the ice cream lady be over here. So it's like, it's kind of like they're bringing you into their own world in an aspect that people are always talking about, but you never want to really go there and talk to them. But, so now that people are documenting it, don't get mad about this shit. Like,
okay, I know we've gone on this for a while. We'll wrap it up soon. But okay, but now take that same scenario. Imagine the guy that's looking at the hood. It was like, so who y'all ops? Y'all don't fuck. Okay, what's up? You got a message for him? Then it looks different. Yeah. But when they went to O Block, a guy was specifically like, because he said something like, he's like, ah man, fuck them other guys. Adam, don't cut that out. Don't edit it. And Adam's like, they're asking me, he's like, no, I didn't edit it because he didn't say anyone's name. If he said someone's name, then it's different. I think it's just, there's levels to it. It's different when you're having a sit down and then they say, yeah, so what was the tension with them about? You can easily say, nah, I mean, it's cool. But a lot of people, they want to come up just to air out some shit. And he's actually had people, he said, his words, so I don't know if it's true, hit him up. Yo, I'm trying to get it so-and-so, like, let me come up. And he's like, I'm not going to do it just so you can get at them. But if I'm interviewing you and I'm interested, I might raise the question. It's interesting, and a lot of rappers aren't fun to talk to. They be sitting there just mumbling shit. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just woo, woo, woo. You know what I'm saying?
And that's not a crime. Asking somebody about the hot topic is not a crime. That's what every interviewer does ever.
Every great interviewer does that. All the whack ones is not asking shit. They're like, hey, what inspired?
Bro, and then they just kept saying, we had a great conversation, never talked about any of that. Good for you. Now let's compare the views, pussy. Oh, because you were asking salacious stuff. Man, good for you, bro. Right. That's awesome. It's like, we why do you have to curse on your pod? We did a whole podcast, no curse words. It was great. We don't need to curse. Good for you, bro.
That's what Will Smith said when he won his Academy Award. He's like, I can make a rap song without curse words. And he was talking about Eminem and
I
shit.
can hear a joke without slapping a nigga. All right, we all different. You know what I'm saying? We all different.
We don't listen to Will Smith no more, you
bro.
feel me? We don't listen to Will Smith. So what, you won an award without cursing? Who cares? People still listen to Eminem more, nigga.
Eminem, sheesh. Back then.
Because he curses.
But then, all right, sorry, last thing. It's like if he made the comment that acting like, well, people just like you because your curse words. You just do curse. No, bro. There's a lot more than that. That's just an aspect. Yeah. Show some fucking respect.
You don't even watch the show.
Joe, I don't ever want to come on my unk like this, bro. I don't ever want to do this, but you watch the way you talk about Adam. And you watch the way you talk about No Jumper. And that's how we're going to wrap this up, man. That's how we're going to end this, man.
All right.
I don't want no issues with the JBP.
Nope.
They're my guys.
Yep.
But you better watch.
You better watch.
Before you lose your jumper.
I'm going to talk to you in person.
Get it? The gears returning. All right, man. We out this motherfucker. Should I play the closing theme?
Wrap it in latex or she'll pay. Fuck.
Closing time.
Close it up. Fuck it up.
It's closing time. Ooh. Yeah. Because no one really listens at this point. No one listens at this point. It doesn't really matter. I don't want to have to paste the song and do the end. Closing time.
Yeah, get them vocals, man.
Ooh,
one more drink.
Time.
One more drink.
It's a wrap.